Hi everybody, thanks for checking out my review for this Trekr down sleeping bag. This is a mummy bag that I picked up because, as any of you who have been following me know, I have been upgrading all of my camping equipment. After about 20 years of letting Boy Scouts use it, it finally got destroyed. And so I ended up getting rid of a lot of it, and I started buying new stuff, and I started buying name brand like I did before, and I realized that the quality just isn't the same as it used to be. I think that they depend more on their name now than on the quality of their product. So I was super disappointed, but grateful for Amazon's return policy. So I've been trying out some of the lesser known brands. I stumbled across Trekr. I decided to give it a shot, and I'm really pleased with this bag. I used it last night and couldn't be happier, actually. So it's a down sleeping bag. Down is awesome because it's soft. And it's also very warm, and it compresses really great. As you can see, that's super small. So it compresses great as well. Traditionally, the only thing that's been the prohibiting factor for buying these down sleeping bags has actually been the price. So I've owned a couple, but not many, and it's been a long time since I've owned one. But this Trekr bag is under $100, and it's a crazy good price. So I decided to pick it up and couldn't be happier. But before I start, I really wanted to show you kind of the size difference between a standard sleeping bag, which is this guy here, and this Trekr bag. Now keep in mind, this Trekr bag is actually compressed down. It has this really good stuff bag that has 4 straps that allow you to compress it. So once it's in the bag, you just press down like that. I don't know if you can see. You press down like that and you just tighten those straps. So put your weight on it, squish the air out of that down, and tighten up the straps, and you're good. I also did want to show you, it came with this little sleeping or camp pillow, which is pretty cool too. Just kind of as a little bonus. I'm not normally a big fan of camp pillows, unless I'm going on a hike, because obviously this is lighter and easier to carry than a big giant pillow. So that's what I like them for. But this one, before I inflate it, I'll show you. It actually has some padding inside of it. It's not just an air pocket like the other ones that I've tried. So that was kind of cool to find, and it's also a lot more comfortable. All you do to inflate it, you just do that. I'm going to put it next to the mic. You can hear it's self-inflating. I mean, you could put your mouth on there and fill it up if you wanted to, but we're just going to let that go for a while I do the rest of the review, and I'll show you that in a second. All right. So here's the Trekr bag. I always start with the stuff bags because I'm super picky about stuff bags. And this is a really nice quality bag. I mean, the buckles themselves, I really cranked down. You can see how compressed that is. I really cranked down on these straps, and the buckles held up really nicely. Stitching's great, quality's good. So we started off really good with this bag. To get it open, you can loosen these, just pull this way. You can take these all the way out if you want to. It makes it easier to get the bag in and out, but then you have to rethread those, so I don't like to do that. So what I do is I just loosen them almost to the top on all 4. It's hard to do because I'm trying to keep this in the shot here. In real life, it's a lot faster. All right, and then once that's done, you can just slide this top part off. There it goes. All right. Once that's slid off, you have the drawstring that holds it all into place, and we'll take the bag out. Well, you can see that's about how long it took to inflate this side track here. So you just tighten that back up, and now you're good to go. So it's actually pretty comfortable as far as a camping pillow goes. I was actually super surprised. I used it last night just because I wanted to be able to give you an accurate review here. But it's actually really nice. To put it down, all you do is tighten that, and you just roll, and it squishes all the air out, and when you're done, you tighten that back up. All right, but that's not what you care to see. So we're here to see the bag. So I picked up the red one. One thing that I think is pretty cool, if you get 2 of these, you can get a right and a left zip and zip them together. I only bought one because I was trying it out, but I'll probably pick another one up, honestly. So starting with the outside of the bag, it's a waterproof bag, or water resistant, I should say. So you know how sometimes when you're camping, you wake up and you got some of that dew inside your tent, at least you'll be dry. So that actually really is important. The stitching on this thing is just spot on. I mean, that's where I kind of am super picky, is it gives me an idea of how much attention they pay to the quality of their bags when the stitching looks good, or when it's, you know, kind of torn up. It really makes me question how well the whole thing's gonna hold. So the stitching's awesome. The zipper's great. I do want to say that I did have an issue with the zipper binding the first couple times that I used it. So just kind of zip it up and down a few times to loosen it up. I've had that happen with other bags too. It's a really, really good zipper. I think it just needed to be worked in a little bit. So show you the teeth on the zipper, because that's important. If you have too small teeth, they break real easy. So this zipper is just perfect. All right. Oh man, got some drool in it apparently. All right, so here's the inside of the bag. Super, super nice. It's a sleeping bag, so there's not a whole lot to tell normally, but with this bag there actually is. Because one of the things that I love, you see this drawstring here? It has inside, it's got this Velcro piece that actually Velcros to the other side and creates kind of a pocket around your shoulders. I'm a little tall, so it kind of went, you know, maybe a couple inches down from my shoulders, but it creates a pocket that you can close up with this second drawstring. That is super cool. When it's cold outside, you can actually seal all that heat into your core so it's not getting out. Then you have another drawstring up here by your head for the actual mummy bag. Right there's the extra drawstring. Let me lay this thing out so you can see it. So let me take this off. I'll take you on a tour of this sleeping bag. So you can see lengthwise, I'm 6'1", and it fit me nicely. So I would say if you're much taller than me, you know, more than 6'2", 6'3", you might have a hard time squeezing into this. But for any of us, we'll call them standard size people, it fit really nice. I'm also a little heavier. I'm about 215, and I fit into it great. My shoulders are wide, and so I didn't have a ton of space on the shoulders. That's pretty standard again for any of these mummy bags. If you're a really claustrophobic person, like to move around a lot, you might not want to get a mummy bag. Look for something else. If you're looking for something really lightweight and really warm, nothing beats a mummy bag. And as far as mummy bags go, nothing beats down. It is just incredible. So it does add some comfort as well because it's soft. The inside, I would say it's softer than at most of my sleeping bags. The material that's used inside, I'm not sure what it is. I can find out. But it's really soft inside as well. Not quite as soft as like the cotton ones that I have, obviously, because it's a synthetic material. But it's still really comfortable. The other thing that I love, you can see right here, is this little zipper pouch. Let me stand in the sun so that I can actually block that. Maybe that'll work a little better. So you can see that there's a little Velcro pouch right here. You can keep your cell phone there so you have it close. I use them for flashlights. So when you have to wake up in the middle of the night, you don't have to go fumbling around your tent trying to find a flashlight. So that's awesome. All in all, I'm very, very pleased with this sleeping bag. So that's why I decided I want to throw this video up here for you so you can see it. I don't have anything to complain about. So I give this one easily 5 stars. I love how small it compresses. That's perfect for camping, especially on hikes, but also just when I'm going with the scouts, we end up taking a ton of gear, so every little bit matters. And it's a very small sleeping bag as far as compressibility goes, and it's big enough to fit me comfortably. Super warm. I tried it in about, it was like mid-30s. It doesn't get super cold here, but mid-30s, it was just perfect. I would say that you could easily be comfortable down to into maybe the high 20s with this bag. I think it's rated for 32, but high 20s if you're wearing a sweatshirt. All in all, for the price, you really can't go wrong with this bag, and I highly recommend it.